Ooh, I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Ooh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more. Do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a food fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her, yeah. And she gon' work that round. I'ma mess around and drown when she drop that down. No more phone me blowing up, I like not right now. Oh, I swear that she in next the way she work that mouth. Whoa, automatic cause she move, she be cousin static. I be straight up like an addict, might become an addict. Now I gotta have it, had enough with all the moves, yeah, move here. Ooh, let me grab it now, I'm on 1 year. Now I'm not done yet, told her wait right here. I'll be back one sec, this is just time out, this is not no way. Go and grab that friend, and you know what's next, stay. You been rockin' with an all-star, baby, and I know you coming early like a 5-star, baby. Packing out the seat, this ain't no hostile, baby, and they know me in the city like a mob star. I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Oh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a food fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her, yeah.
Feel like John Morant, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't draw the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't draw the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Yeah, I need it now, told him on the lay. I've been moving dog, yeah, I'm on the way. I don't hear the talk, don't care what they say. I don't got no patience, I can't ever wait. I've been trying to get it, running up all these digits. And I've been in the gym, I've been up doing minutes. I just put in that work, told them it's strictly business. And I see through the face, they all just burning bridges. Feel like John Morant, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't draw the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't draw the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Yeah, they don't want it done like I want it, dog. Yeah, they say they want it, then they took the summer off. I've been going down the list, checking numbers off. I was checking on your numbers, told them something's off. I was at the bottom, now you know I'm climbing. Now they sending deals, they know I ain't signing. They been trying to sell it, they know I ain't buying. When they send a text, dog, I ain't replying. Feel like John Morant, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't draw the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Morant, need a triple-double. Told him check the stats, yeah, I got a couple. I don't draw the ball, now I never fumble. I'm the MVP, now I feel like Russell. Yeah, head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test, now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in mine, yeah.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Frankie Candles live stream right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. Guys, Bitcoin is boring. Bitcoin has been going sideways here. It's very frustrating. But what is going on, everybody? Welcome. I'm going to try to keep the energy up as Bitcoin is just lulling me to sleep here. But what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel, guys. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin as we are ranging around sideways here. We'll talk about kind of what we were looking at recently, what we're seeing happen right now, and where we think price is likely to go next. As you guys know, yesterday we were looking at a possibility of getting a continuation down over, like, you know, the medium term, maybe the rest of the week, or at least over the next couple of days. But I'll talk about the medium term, the short term, the long term. We'll talk about everything on Bitcoin, but it's going to be pretty quick. And in today's live stream, I actually want to take a look at some altcoins, guys. As you know, we've been looking at some altcoins recently on the 2 days specifically, looking like they may be ready for some kind of a move to the upside here. And I don't want to just come up here and be like, alt season incoming, but I do want to take a look at some very specific things on the chart based off actual information that could be pointing towards these altcoins getting a little bit bigger move to the upside. You know, there are some of these altcoins. Not only does the 2-day look good on Market Cypher B, but they are also setting up in some nice kind of consolidation patterns with a lot of room to run above. And there's some specific coins that I'm looking at, although there are a lot of alts that look like this. And we'll also take a look at others and Total 3 as well. And I want to talk about, you know, are we going to see a bigger alt season, or are we going to see a pump here on the altcoins coming in soon? And if so, which ones am I looking to accumulate? And I'm might drop a pre-recorded video tomorrow talking about a few more and kind of what I'm looking at here on the altcoins. But we're going to be taking a look at that today, guys. But first, we'll jump on into Bitcoin. I think Gen Z said, please just skip straight to the altcoins. But we got to cover Bitcoin at least a little bit briefly. There he is. Welcome. Shout out to Crypto Maniac. But yeah, before we jump into it, guys, shout out to the CandleMafia. Show our mods some love in the chat. We got Tyler Durden, Rob the Crypto Stomp, Crypto Billy, Crypto Anon. You know who they are. Drop them some love in the chat. We got Jay Jeweler in the chat. Said, I hope it's Chainlink, please. Jay Jeweler saying he wants to see Chain Link. Shout out to you, bro. We got No One says, dump it to 5K. Shout out to Noah. Says No One. Yo, is that a joke? Is that part of the joke? Dump it to 5K says nobody. Shout out to nobody or no one. Welcome in, bro. We got Milton in the chat. What is going on, bro? Golden Cross is imminent on the daily chart by the end of the week. Yeah, we'll take a look at the Golden Cross and why. Yeah, the Golden Crosses are interesting. Don't let the Golden Crosses fake you out. Not that they can't give us big moves up, but just be very careful with the Golden Crosses because they don't just all the time instantly give you upside. I've made videos about this, but we could take a look at the Golden Cross as well. It's typically a pretty bullish sign. Let's see. We got Jesse in the chat dropping those candles. What is going on, Jesse? Welcome in. Drop those candles in the chat if you're part of the Candle Mafia, guys. We got New World Disorder said, when rip. Everybody wants this thing to go. But yeah, we're going to talk about that right now. How you doing, Frankie? Shout out to D Crypto in the chat. And hey, yo, shout out to Landon. Thank you so much for the super chat, bro. He said, Franklin Candelabra, can you check out TokenFi for me, my brother? Surgery recovery going well. Shout out to Landon, bro. Happy to hear it. We could definitely check out TokenFi for you, bro. And we will go ahead. I got it written down here. Rob the Crypto Stomp. If you want to preemptively drop that into the alt list, I would greatly appreciate it. So shout out to Landon, guys. Wish Landon a speedy recovery from his surgery, bro. It sounds like you're doing well, and I'm super happy to hear it. I wish you a speedy recovery. As we were saying yesterday, thank you for being here, and thank you for dropping the super chat. And with all that being said, guys, shout out to Barack and Lars. And last but not least, we got Crypto Billy in the chat. What is going on, Billy? Dropping those purple candles. Thank you for being here, bro. We love you, Billy. Yeah, we got woohoo, made it. Shout out to Mike K. What is going on? Lobster dropping the German short-haired pointer in the chat. I love it. Curtis Neal, good to see you. Kate Diggity, shout out to the goats. And I think that's everybody in the chat. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts, guys. I'm going to try to keep the energy up here as Bitcoin lulls us to sleep. Let's get into it. All right. Guys, drop a candle in the chat if you want price to move. Love them goats. Shout out to Kate Diggity. But yeah. Here we are, guys, on the Bitcoin chart, and Bitcoin is just continuing to go sideways. But I want to talk about what I'm expecting next year on Bitcoin. Are we going to get the continued drop down? Are we going to get a retracement first? I'm going to break everything down now. If you guys tuned into the live stream yesterday or you watched the I always forget. We've been making a lot of market updates. I think did we drop a market update yesterday? I think we might have. But yeah, if you guys have been keeping up with the channel, you guys kind of know what we're looking for here. For the most part, let me pull up the this is the Bitstamp chart. Hang on. Why is this all man, why does this get all unorganized randomly? But yeah, as we take a look here, guys, I guess we'll start off on the higher time frames. There's really not much to update here, but just to kind of update everybody in the long term, guys, we're still within our larger volume profile. We got above that POC. We are now testing that POC of support. This is our key level of support. If you do not want to see a bigger pullback on Bitcoin, which could definitely be a possibility here, getting a little bit of a more of a pullback, and we'll talk about those local levels of support that we were watching yesterday. Not possible to get a continued pullback here, but for the most part, guys, I am pretty bullish in the medium to long term. If we do get that pullback, we will be looking for the higher low and the continuation up to potentially higher prices. Hopefully, we can see October come in here very soon, but this is not just me blindly being bullish. I want to be very clear about that. This is definitely based off actual information, pulling up Lux Algo. Shout out to Lux Algo, sponsor of the channel, but also a beautiful indicator that helps us identify when Bitcoin is going to get a continuation up or down. And this is part of the reason why we were anticipating the continuation up here was based off our bullish change of character. We've been covering this almost every single day on the channel. We get the bullish change of character, looking for the higher lows. We took that long here in the premium Discord, and shout out to the premium Discord. We got a nice scalp long here from the lows. And if you guys watched yesterday's live stream, you will know that Bitcoin's been bullying me as far as when it decides to pull these setups up. But we'll talk about that trade in just a second. But we get the higher low, we take the long in the premium, we get the move up towards that POC, and then we hit that POC, flip it as support. That's where we look for the move back up. We have the liquidity sitting up here. I won't cover that whole scenario. It's old news at this point. But yeah, I was short from up here. And we did have a short setup to go short here, but we were anticipating a potential extra little pop-up to sweep this liquidity before getting that drop to the downside. We looked at this on Friday's live stream, and we did get that sweep of liquidity before the bigger drop down. It stopped me out of my short, and now we are down here. But for the most part, that's the grand scheme of things, guys. Key levels above on the higher time frames, in my opinion, if we are just going to randomly rip up from here, which I'm going to explain if that's possible or not, if we just continue to just slam to the upside here, value area high sitting at $70,162. And then if we get above that, we also have some extra key levels up here. These are naked points of control. Let me go ahead and pull these up. Not a monthly. Where are we? I don't know why these are all disorganized here. We have a daily naked point of control up there as well as a weekly naked point of control. So value area high at about 70,180. If we can, just randomly get the push up. Again, I'll explain why I think that might be the less likely case. And then if we wind up breaking out of here for some reason, this is going to be that next major range of support, or resistance rather, between about, let me see here. Let me turn off the naked points of controls here. That next zone is going to be sitting between about 71.7 and 72.627, and that's going to be that next area above the value area high. And remember, guys, we do have a ton of liquidity sitting above these levels. But again, are we likely to just rip up from here, right? Are we just likely to get that bounce to the upside to rip up through here, or are we more likely to come up, put in a lower high, and then continue get a continuation to the downside before finally putting in a higher low and continuing up? Now, why is my sentiment that even if we get the pullback, why I do think, like, even if we see this turn out to be a little bit of a bearish week where we get a little bit more of a pullback, why am I looking for those higher lows? Very simply put, we have the change in market structure here, guys. We have gone from bearish to bullish. We have the bullish change of character, higher low, higher high with that break of structure, right? And this is actually on the 16-hour. What we want to look at this on is the daily, right? This is really what made us anticipate the continuation up. We're above that value area low. We know as long as we hold above that level, the next likely place for price to go could be the POC. And then once you flip that POC, you're looking up towards that value area high. We have now gotten that. We have front ran that value area high just slightly, but if we do see that continuation down based off this change in market structure, we are going to be looking for higher lows and continuations to the upside. I'll go very briefly over the key levels of support we're looking at down here because I went over it many times in the past here recently, so I don't want to beat the dead horse, but I will show it for you guys, anyone new on the channel or anyone new in the stream here, so you guys have these levels. If we do get the continuation down, you know where we will be looking for bounces. But just generally speaking there, that's kind of my thought process. If we get the cool off, we'll put in the higher low and continue up. Because yesterday, a lot of people were calling me bearish, and I'm like, oh no, what am I doing wrong here? I am bullish here, guys. I am bullish here. Just because we're looking for that pullback does not mean that we can't continue up. We have to look for the ebbs and flows in the market. Just like up here, we called the top up here on the live stream and in the premium Discord. We took that short position, capitalized all the way down to value area low here at 60,400, but we weren't expecting zero, right? We were only expecting another little push to the downside. We actually didn't go as low as I wanted to, but we got one more little push to the downside. But based off the fact that we were holding this key level of support and the fact that we had this bullish change of character, we did know that the higher low was likely to potentially put in that breaker structure to the upside, right? So, we weren't just like calling for zero because we were looking for a pullback here. We are still bullish long term, but we could take advantage as traders. We could take advantage of those pullbacks, and we could short it, and we can make money off of that. We can cash in on these moves to the downside before loading up on the longs, which I am still holding a portion of this long from 59K all the way back to higher prices. So it's the same thing, right? As long as these candles are green, we can look to put in the higher low and then continue to the upside, to be very clear. But we are just looking to capitalize on that small move. Now, that is the longer term. That's kind of the longer time frame, right? That's a higher time frame context for the most part, right? We're seeing that potential change in character, or we're seeing the change in character with the change in market structure. This looks pretty good, right? If we're going to continue up, but it doesn't mean that we're just going to go up in a straight line. Very important to realize. Now, what are those kind of key levels that we're looking at locally to potentially look for that pullback, right? Where can we potentially get that bounce from? Now, again, we pulled this up on yesterday's live stream. This is our major volume profile that I am keeping an eye on locally here. This has helped us call that potential move above this value area low to look for a move into the POC, eventually get over the POC and look for that move into the high. Deviate above the highs. This is why we were looking for shorts in the premium Discord as we got those bearish confirmations above the value area high for return back into the range, back down to the POC. And now this POC right here, there's two levels here, right? It's the POC, the local range, as well as this POC, excuse me. Let me pull it here. This POC here of the macro range, right? That was that macro range that we just looked at, that high time frame macro range. That POC is sitting right here. So this zone of support is going to be absolutely super, super important because if we hold above this, chances are we could probably get some kind of a retracement in here. But like I said, Is it more likely to get a little bit of a continuation to the downside? Maybe we put in a lower high and then continue down to potentially 64,500, or maybe even a little bit lower. We could take a drop a 1 in the chat if you want me to go over the lower levels. Put a 2 in the chat if you want me to, or put a candle in the chat if you want me to put look at the lower levels. Put a cow in the chat or a bull in the chat if you guys want me to skip the lower levels. But yeah, that's kind of that first major zone. If we get the bigger pullback, that's kind of the first major level of support that I would be looking at. And again, I would not be getting super bearish on Bitcoin if we come down here just yet, but we will then reassess the situation at this level to try to figure out what that next move is, right? And again, it's just really in the context of this value area, right? When you're below the low, you look to flip the low for the move to the PLC and the high, deviate above. This is where you want to look for shorts, back into the range. As long as we remain in this range, once we lose that PLC, we look to go back down to the low. And then maybe we deviate a little bit. We could potentially look for longs again if we get the signals to do the opposite, right? Just look back to go above the low, to the PLC, and to the high. Bing bong in these longs and these shorts inside those volume profiles. However, let's look at market cipher here, guys. Why can we anticipate this continuation down? Now, we looked at this yesterday, right? And this is based off many different things, right? As we were looking at this daily red dot all the way since last week, this was part of the reason we looked for that pullback up here at this key level, right? We were saying, hey, if that red dot prints on the daily, we may be able to see a little bit more of a cool off, right? We also come on over to the 80 and 90 minute, which we're starting to come out with money flow here, looking for the continuation down. So daily red dot, we also had a bunch of other signals. We had 10-hour bearish divergences printing with our higher highs into our key level. That is absolutely key. Putting that higher highs on your price action into that key level of resistance, lower highs on your momentum waves for that continuation back into the range. And then that value area is your guide to where you are going to manage that short, right? So shout out to the premium Discord and anybody short from up there. I got stopped out, but the Mafia is in profit. That's all that matters, guys. But now at this point, based off of local, right? The higher time frames we're looking at, oh God, there is a bull emoji. Okay. We just started an emoji war here. We got some flip-flops, it looks like. Is that a octopus? Oh, we got a chick. We got a frog. We got a golden emoji. Okay, so it sounds like maybe we will go over the short. Yeah, one's okay, so some people, G Lee wants the lower levels. We'll go over the lower levels. I want to make sure you guys are covered here if we get the move down. But I will say this. Locally, I do think hyper locally here, like if we come down to lower time frames, I don't think it's impossible to get some kind of a retracement here. So kind of the two things that I'm looking at is going to be to come in, put in a potential lower high, and then continuation, and then continue back down to these, just within the volume profile, down to that value area low. And that's kind of like really the context I'm looking at. Now, why am I anticipating that continuation down? Well, for the most part, right? Well, and it's hard, right? Because technically I would be expecting a move up, right? So short term, I would be somewhat bullish to look for the push up, right? To put in that lower high and then hopefully continue to the downside. But, right now the medium time frames are a little bit chopped up, to be quite honest. Money flow on the 2 hour is just bing bonging around. Generally it's trending down, but it's kind of just bing bonging around here. 80 minute is back in the green. 6 hour money flow is coming out. Your 4 hour green dot is printing with your 15 minute money flow coming up. So this is kind of one of the things that's making me think maybe we can get a little retracement. But the question is, just in general, guys, what I'm hoping for, at least for these shorts, would be to get the retracement, put in the lower high, continue back down. Now, where is that lower high likely to come in? Well, the key levels of resistance above, very simply put, is going to be 68.5, sitting at that value area high, which is also confluent with our local golden pocket. So from the high to the low, you can see your local golden pocket is right on that value area high. And if we are going to look, we don't know if the lower high is going to come in here. The last 7 times we looked for something like this to happen, we got it to play out. But TA is not 100% accurate. It's not going to play out every single time, even if it played out for the last 7 times in a row. But we don't know 100% if we're going to get a lower high to come in here, right, for the continuation down, or if we're just going to rip right back up. Now, again, in my opinion, locally or technically, I would look for the continuation down based off a few different things, but we have to get that move up first, right, which looks like maybe we're going to get it right now. Hopefully, we can have something happen on the Frankie Candles live stream here. Usually, price waits for me to walk away before it moves. Shout out to the Aztec and Cactus Moss Water. Where are we going to look for that lower high to come in? Golden pocket, 786 retracement. And especially with that confluence on the value area high, that could be a good place to look for that potential rejection. Now, we did have a scalp long here that set up exactly as we were looking at in the premium Discord. Let me see. I think I have it pulled up here. I don't want to leak anything secret here. Bada boom. Yeah. So we had this set up in on our live stream yesterday, our premium live stream here, looking for price to come into this value area low golden pocket, sweep the liquidity that we had down here. We actually still do have some liquidity down there, but we were looking for those bullish divergences with some other specific confirmations to look for the local bounce to the upside, and we did wind up seeing that happen almost exactly as we were looking for, tapping right into that and getting the move up. Unfortunately, guys, I take one break during the day. It's right after the live stream. I get up and I go eat dinner with Mrs. Candles. I don't even eat dinner for that long. I get up, I walk away, and the setup popped up literally as I walked away. I came back to the chart, or actually I checked my phone at the table, even though Mrs. Candles hates when I do that. I checked my phone and I'm like, oh, nice, the trade's playing out. The Mafia's in profit, and here I am missing another position because it's literally like someone is this week right now, like this week. Someone is watching my computer and moving price as soon as I walk away from the chart. Try to take one break, Bitcoin. You're just bullying me right now. But hey, shout out to the premium Discord. They got that set up. They're in profit. I miss the positions once in a while. I can't catch every single trade, even if I spend all day staring at the screen and then I get up for 5 seconds and it sets up. So frustrating. But anyway. So there you go. Shout out to the premium Discord. But we are in that little scalp long here. Now, again, it is too long. That scalp long setup was here on this wick. Right? We were looking at that wick to take that long, and that is, it wound up hitting TP1 already, and now it's just kind of bing-bonging around, hoping that can finally come up here and hit the final TP. This is not the time to long Bitcoin, in my opinion. Now, can we – hey, we're pushing up here. Can we get the push up? That's kind of what I'm expecting, but the setup, guys, was from down here. We didn't just long Bitcoin because we saw it pumping. We had the setup beforehand, looked for specific confirmations, got them, and then the move happened, right? So everyone in the Discord, hopefully, if they got a good entry, right, or the entry that we were looking at was from down here on this wick, right? So, we're already, in profit here over 1.5%, right? So, like, this is not the time to enter that trade, in my opinion. For me, I would like a little retracement so I can get in with the premium Discord this week. That's a second trade this week that that went off without me. Yeah, so we got that little scalp long, and if we come up here, right, like I would be looking to take some profit on that, right, just because we're, again, anticipating a potential lower high and continuation down based off of, money flow is honestly not that confluent right now. Like, money flow is kind of very choppy right now. It's not clear direction on money flow at this moment. But yeah, the daily red dot as well as the daily bearish divergence. This is another thing, right? Technically, we do have the bearish divergence here with our higher highs on price action, our lower highs on our momentum waves, which sometimes can give us a little bit more of a cool off, right? So that's, again, why I would look for a little bit of a lackluster retracement, put in the lower high, and then continue to the downside. On top of that, if we come onto the 1 hour, we pull up Lux Algo real quick. Come on, there we go, right? We do have the change of character here on the 1 hour, right? This does not affect the bullish market structure on the daily, right? We need this to come down more to put in a higher low on the daily. But when you look at it from the aspect of a 1 hour, right, or the context of a 1 hour, bearish change of character, candlesticks turn purple, you bing bong around. This is where you're looking for lackluster retracements to the upside to then put in the lower high and continue your trend to the downside. Bearish change of character is showing you that the trend may change bear, or is about to turn bearish, right? And the trend is your friend until the end. And with the golden pocket, value area high, I would also keep an eye on this golden pocket as well, which brings you right down to about 68,158. These could be levels to get the rejections off of. So like the two kind of major zones of resistance I would look at is going to be this golden pocket, bada boom, sitting at 61, starting at about 68,169 all the way up to 68,287, and then kind of that second zone of resistance is going to be where the value area high in 786 meet up, which again is also confluent with where that golden pocket lines up as well, right? So kind of this is the zone. I mean, honestly, I could probably just make this one big zone, right? This is the zone where I would hope that we put that lower high in at, right? Golden pocket 786. If we wind up running a little higher, maybe the 786 comes in, but once we start breaking this, that might mean that we're just going to continue up. In which case, hopefully the Mafia who are in this trade can hold that in profit or hold a portion of it for a bigger move up. But for me, obviously I'm in like just about every trade in the premium except for this one. But if I were in this, I would be stop loss to entry, TP1 already taken, and then if I came up here, I would take more off the table as we would anticipate based off the context that this could be a lower high. But if not, and we get hit by a surprise breakout here, that's where I would just hold a portion of that long to continue to pay us out. So there you go. We are actually starting to get a little bit of a potentially push up here. Now on top of that, guys, we have the 4 hour green dot printing. All right, pull up that 4 hour. Green dot is printing. What do we know about that 4 hour green dot? When you have that 4 hour green dot printing, and you are going down to that 15-minute money flow crossover into the green, which I believe happened right here, right? We're kind of back in the red now. Now we're going back in the green. I'll be honest, I would like to see a move up here. We'll see if we can get it live. But you get that money flow crossover into the green here while you were getting your 4-hour green dot to print. It's going to get hard to line that up perfectly. But green dot, 15-minute money flow crossover. If we get that money flow to continue into the green, I think we could potentially get a push up into these levels. But again, context is king. I would hope for something like this. Come on. Bada boom. Bada bing. And then reassess the situation here for the potential big move out into the all-time highs. That's what I would hope for. But that's basically how I'm handling it, guys. For the most part, Bitcoin just going sideways. Little scalp long here. Until then, not take a scalp long here. We already set that up, right? Yo, shout out to Istaphobic. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. He said, Frankie, look at me. I am the captain now. It's bull time, baby. Shout out to Istaphobic. There you go. It is bull time, at least right this second. We can go to the 1 minute here and get really excited. Oh, yeah, baby. She's ripping. Let's go, baby. Shout out to Istaphobic. Thank you for the super chat, bro. So, yeah, I really do hope that if we do get the bigger rejection, I'm really, really hoping that we can get that big move off this level. If not, I mean, hopefully we can just rip up from here. That would be nice because Discord's long from here. I'm unfortunately not. But, hey. We're here for the Mafia. Mafia over my life, honestly. Over me personally. But there we go. At least we have the long setup. But again, I do think it's probably going to be more likely to potentially put in a lower high here and then get that continuation down. But again, that does not mean I'm bearish. I am still bullish, guys. Just looking for the continuation down. Very important to realize. Based off the things that we went over, right? Not just because bull time, right? But yeah, there we go. We'll see if we get that continuation up. See if that 15-minute, if we do get the bigger move up, I think that 15-minute money flow crossover may be able to call that bigger move. But again, I will be looking for shorts. So we'll see what happens. We're just day playing this thing, longing and shorten it on every ebb and flow, as long as Bitcoin doesn't leave me in the dust again. So there you go, guys. That is hashtag not a cult. Shout out to K Diggity. Yeah, we're not a cult, guys, right? I don't know. Some people say we're a cult. I don't think we're a cult, right? Right? I mean, maybe we worship a blow-up doll. Big deal. Maybe we hold candles all the time. Maybe we do rituals sometimes. It doesn't mean it's a cult. Sometimes you got to pray to the candle gods. But there we go. Shout out to Multi-Sig Dummy. What is going on, bro? Good to see you in here. Goats for K-Dig. Let's get it. Let's see. Okay, so with all that being said, guys, shout out to Tony D. Said, I got the 20-gallon bowl of punch ready for the meetup. Shout out to Tony D. The bowl of blood. Let's go. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. But anyway, continuing on. That is what I'm looking at here on Bitcoin. We will keep an eye on this throughout the rest of the stream. But real quick, guys, I have some specific altcoins I want to take a look at. Specific ones that could be setting up in a particular setup that might be calling for higher prices. And some of the newer altcoins, things could get exciting, right? Because some of the newer altcoins don't have 2021 tops. And the older, like, utility coins have the 2021 tops where we can look at those price targets and find the specific levels that we might be able to hit. But with some of the newer stuff, once we get past the next all-time highs, it's price discovery for these things, and I just want to go over them. And this is, again, this is in the context of just remember, most things follow Bitcoin, and if we do wind up getting a pullback here on Bitcoin before the bigger move, these altcoins, this is not buy this altcoin today. It's definitely going to moon tomorrow, right? But I want to show you these setups because some of these things do not look too bad. And first off, We're gonna start off just simply with Ethereum, right? And I'm gonna go a little bit more macro here with this stuff, right? I'm not gonna go super into the nitty gritty stuff because again, this isn't meant to be the exact setup, long it right here and then shoot up like we typically do. Watch this key level, get in here, go up, to this particular target. But just in general, guys, some of this stuff is setting up in a nice pattern, and not just a pattern, right? It's based off volume profiles and stuff. It's not just a magical pattern that's gonna call for a big move, but it is, I don't know what we're going to call this. I guess we could call it the Bitcoin value trade or something. I don't know. But if we take a look here at Bitcoin on the higher time frames, this is something that we look at all the time. I bring this up constantly. Actually, let me pull up the cycle chart really quickly because that is typically what we look at. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull up this cycle chart. Bada boom. No, maybe not the cycle chart. Where is it? Live stream chart. I think this is it. Yeah, there we go. So, as you guys know, back in the day, we had a setup on Bitcoin that literally called the start of the massive move, right? And it had everything to do with the volume profile. And very simply put, more easily understandable, it was set up as a rotation of value, right? We had the value that was developed here at the top of the 2021 bull market, and then we had the massive bear market of 2022 came into the bottom, and then we kind of bang-bonged around here, and this was something we were looking at. We knew that we had this area of value down here, and remember, the market is always seeking fair value. So when you see this, you have to think to yourself, if we wind up ripping out of here, price is going to gravitate towards these previous areas of balance and likely fill the rest of the volume profile up to the high and then flip that value area high, potentially looking for the bigger move above. And this is exactly what we saw on Bitcoin back here in 2022. We saw this setup. We made the video. We said we break this doorway to higher prices at $30,700. We are going to see Bitcoin likely fly from the $30,000 zone into 48 to 50K and then potentially beyond. And obviously, if we come out of our replay mode, we've obviously seen that play out almost perfectly, right? We came above the high, we hit our head, we broke above, we go right up to 48 to 50K, where not only did we have the POC on Bybit, this same range on Bybit had the POC sitting basically just at 48 to 50K. It was like 48K, I think, right here. So you had the Bybit POC and the Bitstamp POC. This is the doorway to higher prices. You get above this, you go to the POC, and then wiggle your way up towards that value area high, where we also had that macro golden pocket. And you might be thinking to yourself, like, Frankie, why are we looking at price action that already played out? And the reason is because these altcoins, guys, just to put it into perspective, we were looking at that here, and look at the massive move that we got on Bitcoin. Pulling this up. Let me go ahead and pull up a price range, right? Looking at that doorway to higher prices, potentially calling for the 65% pull to the macro golden pocket and potentially beyond for that 145% gain, right? We saw that pattern here give us a massive move up, and a lot of these altcoins are set up in similar situations, even the ones that don't have the 2021 top to pull from. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these up. Number one, I want to take a look at Ondo. Do you see something familiar here? Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Do you see something familiar here? Well, I do, guys. We have the upper range, and it's really funny because structurally, this is very similar to what we had on Bitcoin, right? You don't have the 2021 top. This is in 2024. But you do have this area of consolidation up here from I don't want to call it a bull run, but you have this area of consolidation up here from the 2024 pump. And for the most part, Ondo from from $1.49, $1.50 down to this Wix was a 66% dump. This was like a little mini altcoin bear market, at least here for Ondo and some of these other coins, right? So I'm going to use the same exact theory here and say, even if I pull the local range before that, before the drop here, because this actually looks good to me, right? So I'm going to go ahead and mark this out. As you can see, we have this nice little value area here. Now, it's not as big or juicy as the one on Bitcoin, but if we go ahead and take a look at this and pull out some of these key levels, you have your value area high sitting here, your POC, and your value area low. Here is your lower range. This is very similar to what we were seeing on Bitcoin, and honestly, I could probably even pull this, if you wanted to look at this as an overall kind of, let me see. Yeah, I don't really love that. I would rather look at this upper range. Even if you pull it here, that might be a better range to look at. Let me look at that. All right, so we'll pull that like this. And obviously, depending on where you pull this from, does not invalidate the level. If you wanted to look at a slightly different value area, you could. But for me, in my experience, these the way I pull them is what has given me the best results. So that is why I pull them this way, right? But just so you know, if you pull this volume profile just for S's and G's, you pull it to here, this value area high is still going to be a key level, right? Just because it's not the one I'm looking at does not invalidate the level. These levels are based off of volume. They're not just magical lines on the chart. So right now, if we look at Ondo here, we got that little area consolidation. Similar to our friend Bitcoin. Back in the day, you have the range, you have the consolidation. What is next, right? Coming back over to Bitcoin, Ondo. And now it's not just the fact that we're consolidating down here. Now, could this range continue? Could we come back down? Maybe. And just range around here a little bit more? Maybe. Could we get a little drop down? Maybe. But in my opinion, these 2 days, and Ondo's not the perfect example, but the 2-day, Ondo looks like it could have a little bit more turbulence, but the 2-day money flow on its way up here, I would wait for this red dot before expecting a breakout or anything. Again, this is not meant to be like an instant signal for upside. This takes time to play out, so like maybe we kind of wiggle around down here a little bit longer before getting the bigger move up. But in all honesty, guys, if we get the breakout here, we will be looking for a move up to the value area low at 99 cents. Flip that value area low, and just like on Bitcoin, we will be looking for the fill of that volume profile up to the POC at $1.20 and up to the value area high at $1.31. Again, this is not, I'm bullish, like it's bullish, it's going up right now. We could easily see another pullback, especially based off the 2-day red dot. And remember, Bitcoin looks like it may pull back as well, right? Even if we get that little retracement, if Bitcoin pulls back, the altcoins are probably going to follow. This is not meant to be an instant signal. This is a longer term play. But as of right now, when we see these setups, the rotation of value typically winds up doing something like this, especially with where we are in the cycle, right? And especially after such a big drop down. You get the massive dump down, accumulation, a little bit of consolidation, you break out. This is the next path. Now, for Ondo, this could be a massive, massive gain. Let's say you get a pullback to the POC or even the value area low of 100%. That's a nice 100% gain back up here. And again, we don't have a 2024 top over here. So what does that mean? That means that once you break this, you're in price discovery, right? Bitcoin goes into price discovery. This thing's going to fly, right? In my opinion, right? As most things in the market will when Bitcoin goes into price discovery. And if we really are on the cusp of October, now might be the time to start paying attention to these altcoins. Not buy them today and get rich tomorrow, right? Maybe you buy a little up here. We get the 2-day red dot. Bitcoin pulls back a little bit. If that happens, right? Consolidate and accumulate. And then wait for that big rip up. But what you don't want to do is act like retail, right? Retail typically does, and wait for the big pump and everything to get exciting and then be like, now should I buy? Now, if you buy up here, can you potentially get another big move up? Absolutely, right? And that's a strategy in and of itself. In and of itself, right? You can wait for the breakout, wait for the retest, and then look for a move up. But for the most part, guys, like some of these altcoins are, I am picking some of these altcoins up in these areas, right? Keep that in mind. So that could be a move on Ondo. Altcoin number 2. TIA, we've been keeping an eye on this forever, right? We've been talking about this in the premium Discord ever since we came down to the value area low back here. And even on the live stream, I've been mentioning this is accumulation for TIA, in my opinion. I will be buying TIA down here in anticipation of that same exact setup. This is your fake 2021 bull run, even though it's 2024. But this is your big range at the top, right? You have the little kind of bing bong value area up here, right? And then you have the massive pullback, right? This pullback was 82%. That is basically a bear market. Shout out to Nirvana. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He said already DCAing into Celestia. Shout out to Nirvana. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Somebody's listening. Hey, I'm not telling you to buy. Like, this is not financial advice. Never financial advice, guys. It's just I share with you guys what I'm doing. Sometimes what I do winds up working out, but not all the time. But shout out to Nirvana. Hey, bro, we got something in common there, bro. But this is shout out to the Wolverine. We could check out CSwap for sure. I do hold CSwap. I have no I just like being transparent about that. I don't have CSwap is very heavily pushed by influencers. I do not work with CSwap. I just own it because I like the project. Just to be clear, because I know a lot of influencers work with CSwap. I am not one of those people. I'm not paid by CSwap, but I do own it, right? But that's based off my own decision, right? I'm not being paid for that. But anyway, but his same setup, right? We have the previous value area here, and then you have the accumulation. The idea here would be, again, just like Bitcoin, try to accumulate. When was the best time to buy Bitcoin? Down here when you were accumulating below the major value area. Once the big move up happened, that's where the excitement happens. And it does look like TIA looks very similar. Do you see a similarity in these setups, guys? I don't bring this stuff up to get clicks on my videos. I don't bring this stuff up because price pumped and now I feel bullish. I bring this stuff up because we are finally starting to see setups on some of these altcoins that look like we might wind up getting the run, right? And again, not tomorrow, not the next day, maybe not even this month. Hopefully October winds up being fun. But I'm not trying to put a date on this or say buy here. It's going straight up in a line like everybody else does, and then it winds up pulling back. That's not what I do here. We're actually seeing physical signs on the chart. And, of course, TradingView doesn't want to load the volume profiles here on Bitcoin. But you guys get the idea here. Let me pull up the daily. Come on, just load the volume profiles. But you guys get the idea here, right? Major range at the high. Major range at the low. You get the breakout, you look to fill the whole range. You get the breakout, you reclaim, you look to fill the whole range. These are the setups that I am seeing on some of these altcoins. I am accumulating these altcoins. Not a signal, nothing like that, just sharing with you guys what I do personally. So there you go. That is what I'm looking at, and that is why that setup is very interesting to me. But on top of that, let me get out of here a little bit. Let me go back to the full screen here on TIA, right? Not only that, but we are seeing 2-day money flow looking to cross over into the green here very soon. However, you have a red dot coming, so maybe we rotate the value area once again, right? But I will be DCAing in on this push to the downside. I will be buying TIA on the way down here, right? Once that money flow cross into the green happens, that red dot prints, you get maybe another little push down, I will be accumulating. This is an accumulation zone for me. And then eventually, if that money flow crosses over into the green, money flow indicates the longer term trend, right? The red dot is not as scary when you have money flow coming up. It would indicate a little ebb before putting in a higher low and continuing the overall trend to the upside. And a 2-day money flow crossover, a 2-day bullish trend would likely give you a big move up, potentially breaking you out of the accumulation range, knocking on the doorway to higher prices, flipping the POC to support, and getting the fill of the range. This would give you, if you came back down to the value area low, a 229% gain. And the fun part here is, if we look at Ethereum, which again is in a very similar situation, right? If I just go ahead and hide some of this stuff, very similar situation. This is the doorway to higher prices for 2 reasons. Well, number one, let me go ahead and pull our macro range here, right? This actually, I would mark this as our, this is a different doorway to higher prices. But right here is your upper range. Same thing on Ethereum, right? And the fact that Ethereum's in the same position is kind of nice to see, where all the altcoins are looking to follow. We wind up getting a break out of this range, get into that value area low. That's where you're going to see the bigger move up on Ethereum, in my opinion. Up to that POC, up to that value area high, right? Very, very similar on ETH. And we're going to take a look at Total 3. We could take a look at others in just a second. But that 2-day money flow looking pretty decent here. Again, can we rotate back down to the bottom of the range? Potentially. We could try to take a look at Mina. Shout out to PMG. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. We will try to take a look at Mina. I will list it out here. Unfortunately, I won't be able to cover everything on tonight's live stream. I already have a list of altcoins I want to show you guys that are set up pretty nice right now. And then we do have some other requests. I will try to get to the super chats, but I do just want to tell you guys, full transparency, super chats don't guarantee that we will look at the coin, but it does help. We see it easier, but hopefully we can get to most of them. But please, don't super chat if you think it's going to guarantee things. I'm not saying PMG or anyone thinks that, but yeah, I will try to take a look at the super chats. TokenFi we already added to the list, though, so we are definitely going to look at that one, and I'll try to fit CSwap and Mina, however you want to say that. But yeah, we will try to take a look at those. But yeah, Ethereum looking very similar. 2-day money flow would indicate the trend continuation to the high or to the upside, right? So even Ethereum is not looking too shabby here, even maybe after one more cool-off if we get it. But if these things start pumping, guys, if October hits us, it could happen very quickly, and that's why I want to warn you guys ahead of time, because whether we get a little more move to the downside, I am looking at that as an opportunity. If not, and we get the surprise up, I'm glad that I'm starting to nibble right now, right? So we took a look at TIA, we took a look at Ondo, we took a look at Ethereum. Like even Brett too, like Brett is knocking on the door here. We have been looking at this for, we looked at this a while ago actually. But like even Brett here, you could see not as strong of a move, right? Because we've already gotten like kind of we're starting to get the breakout here, honestly. Like let me get rid of this local volume profile. Come on. Like massive wicks here. These wicks are crazy. Shout out to Wick 589 and Wick's Wi-Fi 99. You can see we've broken out of that range. What happens? We come up and we test that value area low, right? And let me actually extend this. Brett's a little bit weird, right? Because you don't really have a clean range here. It's kind of like wonky. But either way, whether you look at it like this, let me just hide this. Bada boom. Shout out to my meme coiners out there. And I will probably drop an altcoin or maybe even a meme coin update showing you guys the charts on the meme coins and altcoins that I'm looking at and buying, right? I can only share with you guys what I am personally doing. This tapped, daily naked point of control. Just about front ran that. But what happens, right? Like this is basically the same exact thing. You have your kind of upper range here, right? You come into a massive dump from the high to the low. Whoops. right? You get a 70% dump. That's like almost bear market territory, right? You come down, you accumulate, right? We've already broken out on Brett, retested that value area high. Once we get above that value area low, above that daily naked point of control, this is your doorway to higher prices. That could wind up giving you that big move up to about 16 cents on Brett, right? So this one, again, kind of already starting to get the move. Come on over to the 2-day. I don't know how much information we're going to have here, but we did get the money flow crossover into the green, right? So if that money flow stays in the green here, we're getting the 2-day red dot, so maybe we cool off a little bit, but that money flow crossover into the green could continue the trend back to the upside, get into that range. We look for that to fill to the high. And even this, right? Like, let's say even you rip from here, it's a 54% gain, and then, all-time highs, price discovery could get crazy. So if we start pulling back, maybe I'll go into this a little bit more on my video if I do a pre-record tomorrow. And I did just, today I filmed a beginner series video for you guys, by the way. So yeah, go check that out if you have not already. You can't because it's not uploaded yet. But go check it out tomorrow. Hopefully, we're going to upload it tomorrow for you guys. We go over support and resistance and some of the top tools that I like to use to find key levels of support and resistance and just generally how I go about doing that. But as we take a look here, like maybe I'll go more into like where I would look to enter here. Value area high is going to be a very key level. I mean, even if you pull your full golden pocket 786, POC would not be a bad place to enter, in my opinion, and neither would the value area low to maybe pick up some Brett. But I don't know if you're going to get lucky enough to come back down in there. But if we do, I will be picking up some Brett. I do not own Brett right now, but the chart does look pretty good, in my opinion, with that money flow crossover into the green. Not good for a pump when you wake up tomorrow, right? Again, to be clear, 2-day red dot printing. There could be turbulence to come in here, but I'm trying to get you guys ready, for what might be coming next, right? And there's 100 altcoins that look like this, guys. And I will cover this a little bit more in my video tomorrow if I upload it. But same thing here on Beam. You have your accumulation down here. You have your higher time frame volume profile right here. This could be the next zone that Beam goes to. Auction market theory. Once again, price likes to seek out fair value. We are still within this range. This is accumulation for Beam, in my opinion. You break out here. Here's your doorway to higher prices at 0.025198. You flip this level to support, looking up towards that POC, looking up towards that value area high. Turbulence to be had along the way. Not going to, typically not going to look that clean, but that is what we are going to be expecting if we wind up getting the breakout here, right? On top of that, if you pull up your VPVR, look at the volume gaps here. Up to these major levels. There's all your volume. Price likes to stick to the high volume nodes. Once you break out of here, there's not much above you. You have this massive fall off in volume. Quick moves down oftentimes give you quick moves up. Sound the alarm. Sound the alarm, guys. We are getting there. Now, again, can we get swatted back down here before getting that big move? Potentially. But again, it is about being ready before the move happens. You don't want to get bullish after the big move. You want to be ready. And honestly, in my opinion, if you have not been accumulating, you would want to get that push to the downside. You should be praying for this move to the downside to accumulate, and hopefully it doesn't just take off without you, right? Now, I'm not trying to create FOMO. I'm not telling you to buy anything. I'm just sharing with what I see on the charts and how I am going to be handling this moving forward. I share my plans with you guys to give you insight into what I am doing. Shout out to Tony D. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He says, crypto payments to enter the premium will go live this week. I am just running some tests and making sure everything is working properly, accepting forms BTC, ETH, USD, USDT, XMR, Render, Solana, Ape, Sheeb, XRP, Dogecoin, Pepe, Matic, Tron, Tony D, I don't know if we can change that, but we might want to change some of those. But yeah, before we finalize that, I don't know if we can change it. But yeah, maybe we just make it available for everything, honestly. But yeah, either way, guys, crypto payments are here for the premium Discord. We get asked about this all the time. We're just finalizing some of those details. Thank you, Tony D, for working his fingers to the bone to get that ready for the Mafia. Shout out to Tony D. I appreciate you so much, bro. Drop some TDs in the chat for Tony D. So there you go. Let's see. We could change them. This is just what they offer. Okay, yeah, perfect. So, we'll update you guys on that. I'm just, yeah, we'll see. I think it's probably best to just take whatever. And then we can just swap it out, I guess. But yeah, shout out to Tony D. Bada boom, bada bing. Y'all listening to Billy Goat Tales tonight, right? Shout out to Wick589 and Crypto Billy. Tony D, drop the link to Billy Goat Tales X Space. You could go ahead and drop that in the chat, and just drop that in the chat, Tony D, because Crypto Billy's not going to do it, so we're going to do it for him. Shout out to Crypto Billy, guys. Go check that out. Don't miss it. You never know who's going to pop up. Sometimes even me. I don't think I'm going to be there tonight, but soon. Hey, Billy, I got to get on one soon. if you'll have me. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Okay, so let's continue on. Very, very similar. Very, very similar here with that kind of rotation of value here on Beam. Same idea. And then on Beam, go ahead and measure that. I mean, if we took off from here to the value area high, 91%, come back down to the value area low, give you about 155%. And again, 2024 high, we don't have those 2021 highs, right? Like on Ethereum, right? You look at Ethereum, zoom out just to kind of show you guys this structural wise. Here's your 2021 high. You break above these 2024 highs, you at least have these levels up here to look at, right? Into the 4,700 and then into price discovery. Even if we take a look at Polkadot, which is looking very similar, right? A lot of these altcoins, not all of them, but a lot of them are looking like this, right? Let me just go ahead and hide this real quick. Bada boom. What am I doing? Hide them. But yeah, even if I just rough out this volume profile right here, just here's your major range, right? 2021 top. This is kind of that 2024 top structurally, right? So you could kind of look at it like this, right? So if you get the breakout here, bada boom, you can look to fill this local range here, and then you get the bigger breakout, you can look to come into the 2021 range, right? But a lot of these newer coins are really, that's all the price action we have on them, right? So who knows what's above that 2024 high as far as price discovery. But on something like Polkadot, you have these 2021 levels to look up to. And even on Polkadot, the risk to reward here on Polkadot, in my opinion, unless this thing just dies and never comes back, the risk to reward here, it's crazy. I have been buying DOT down here, so keep that in mind. I haven't bought it recently, but I bought down here. I bought even some a little bit up here. And I think I bought some more down here. I haven't bought down here just yet. But you're below your value area low. Take a look at the 2-day. 2-day money flow crossing over into the green. If you get a change of structure here, you get that continuation up based off the money flow crossover into the green on the 2-day. Continue that big trend. Could see that play out in a big way. So those are the altcoins that I am looking at, guys. A lot of these are setting up like this. And again, I might drop a 1 in the chat if you want me to drop that altcoin update tomorrow. I could look at some other things, maybe some of these as well. Dot is dead. Shout out to Lars. Maybe. Not everything comes back in the next bull run. Keep that in mind. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Istaphobic. I don't know how to say your name, bro. I apologize. Istaphobic. Thank you for that super chat, bro. I appreciate you. We said, Frankie, V-Chain looking hot. Let's take a look. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see here. Yeah, V-Chain. Let's get rid of this old levels here. Yeah, so V-Chain, let me pull up the daily. Actually, we'll keep it on the 2-day here. All right, one's in the chat if you want that altcoin update, guys. I'll go a little bit more in depth and cover, and that way you guys could kind of look back at what I'm looking at instead of trying to hunt through the live stream for the value. And smash that like button, guys. I don't know what we're at as far as likes go here. 236 likes, guys. Let's run it up to 550, and maybe we'll give away some of these altcoins for free on Friday's live stream. Run it up, baby. We get 650 likes. We get 650 likes on today's live stream, guys. I will give $100 in one of these altcoins, which hopefully will be worth, maybe TIA, hopefully will be worth $229 at some point in the near future. So there you go. Let's see. Shout out to Dave Digital in the chat. Welcome in, bro. Welcome in. Let's see. I told you all to like the stream. Shout out to Jesse. I never know how to say the last name, bro. Jesse Gulch. I always want to say Jesse Gulch. I don't know why. That's not even how it's spelled. But shout out to Jesse. I appreciate you, bro. But yeah, smash up that like button, guys. If you want some free, I don't know, TIA, maybe we'll give away some Beam, Ondo. I don't know. We'll give away $100 of something, though, this week if we get 650 likes. If we start hitting bigger goals, guys, we start hitting 1,000 like goals, we can give away a little bit more, maybe. But yeah, let's take a look at V-Chain real quick, guys. Bada boom. Let's check a look. So yeah, we're within our macro value area low down here, right? And you can look at this two ways, right? I will say this POC is going to be key support, right? If you remain above this POC, you may have an opportunity to break out off that POC retest. And I'm going to show you why in a second. But this 2-day green dot with the money flow crossover into the green, and I think we've looked at this recently. A lot of these altcoins don't look bad on the 2-day, guys. With this money flow crossover, look at the last 2-day money flow crossover into the green. Even on a short-lived pump, quote-unquote short, for what it's worth. Come on. There we go. 167%, and it wasn't even the real breakout, right? And I'm going to show you a different context to look at this in, but, at this point, POC, you hold above this POC, look to come test that value area high, and then eventually you can get the bigger breakout. I'm going to get rid of these smaller ranges. There's your 2024 high, right? I'll break this down in a second, but specifically on VeChain here. Now, again, is VeChain going to come back in this bull run? Who knows? I did very well with VeChain in the last cycle. Not everything comes back, but from a chart perspective, this doesn't look bad with the 2-day money flow crossover into the green, right? So just like we've been looking at, we haven't looked at VeChain in quite some time, but POC key level support could get the bounce off there. Sometimes when you break out of these value areas, you like to come test that POC before the real move up, which would make the next target, the next major target, sitting at about 0.04 cents, right? Break above that, you can get your ride up to about 5 cents, and then you can really start to knock on your door to higher prices, which are going to be that 6 cent level. Break above there, look to fill the larger range up to about 14 cents and potentially even beyond. Now, with that being said, you could also potentially look at this range in terms of something like this, right? You could even look at this range. Actually, it doesn't even really change it that much. So yeah, actually that doesn't, yeah. So I would just I would just look at this, right? This is kind of, and then if you lose that POC, maybe we come back down to the value area low where we also have this monthly naked point of control. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if you're looking to accumulate VeChain, you believe in the project. It is the blockchain of the UFC. But there you go. That's what I'm looking at. And again, a lot of these newer coins, we don't have all this 2021 price action, right? We just have this is the only price action that we have on a lot of these other altcoins, right? So who knows? Once you break into these 2024 value areas, you break out. Who knows where those things are going to go? On VeChain, we kind of have that roadmap potentially looking up there, right? Let's measure that. From the POC where we are right now to that value area high, 505%, 508% up to that value area high. If, VeChain winds up performing well. I want to make, I think there's could be a misconception that every altcoin is just going to run in a bull market back to its all-time high and then make new all-time highs. That's not necessarily the case for everything. But we can have these actual levels to potentially revisit. And it's an if this, then that statement. You flip that value area low to support, you look for the bigger move to the upside. Very simply put. So let's go ahead and continue on. Who is my favorite UFC fighter? Shout out to Borpato. Good question, bro. Good question. Who is my favorite UFC fighter? I don't know. I'll be honest, right? I don't know why I'm saying that like I'm about to expose something. But to be quite honest with you, I really got into UFC a little heavier. I started watching UFC maybe in 2012, 2013, but I really started paying attention on Conor McGregor when he was nobody, and I watched Conor McGregor rise to his stardom, and that's kind of so Conor McGregor kind of holds a special place in my heart because he was kind of part of my beginning UFC fan career. So Conor McGregor's he's a legend. He'll go down in history, but I don't know. There's a lot of good fighters out there. I mean, Tony D loves Adesanya. There's no argument that he's amazing as well. I mean. Yeah, I don't know. I like Conor McGregor because he makes a spectacle. I like the entertainment. I think Adesanya is one of the more technical fighters, although I hate him for his fight with Romero where they just danced around the ring. I thought that was pathetic. I think they should fire him for the UFC for doing that. And Romero, too. They just danced around. That was the worst fight I've ever seen. And then I think Adesanya had another fight where they did the same thing. So I'm mad at Adesanya for two really boring fights. But anyway, I hate judging UFC fighters because it's you get into a UFC ring with a professional killer. But yeah, just as a fan, but yeah, I don't know. Tony D, what's the name of that guy that does the backflips? That guy's low-key my favorite. I don't even know if he still fights. There's a dude, he's like a break dancer. He just gets in the ring, runs up on the cage, and does backflips on people's faces. That guy's my favorite. He's not even that popular, I don't think. I think his name is Pereira. Not Pereira. But I think it's Pereira. I don't know. He's Brazilian, I think. He's an absolute lunatic. Yeah, John Jones is the best. Hands down, pound for pound, the best fighter ever. Shout out to Dana White. But anyway, let's continue on, guys. I don't want to get too sidetracked here, but shout out to all the UFC fans. Let's put some boxing gloves in the chat for the UFC fans out there. Michael Pereira. Yeah, so I guess it is Pereira. That's it. Yeah, that's, yeah. That guy's a savage. I love that guy. Guy's a lunatic. But yeah, there's VeChain, guys. Also set up in a very similar situation here. 2-day money flow crossovers into the green. Again, not an instant moon, but, you can look for that bing bong around before seeing that continuation up. Just got smashed for 25 minutes. Bada boom, bada bing. Moo. We can take a look at Moo. I think I actually, do I have that saved here? I think I have this saved somewhere. Yeah, we can take a look at this. This is actually pretty old. Yeah, this is old. Moo the Bull. This is a meme coin. So, I'm going to put in this is the same thing. Like, for Moo, I'll be honest with you guys. Like, do we have anything with more price action on Moo? Is it Moo or Mew? I think it's Moo. Yeah, so we don't really have any more price action here on Moo, but I will say, like, if I were looking at this in the same kind of aspect here, yeah, this is your consolidation range. You're already broken out of it. You've had a retest of the resistance here, right? So you get the breakout, retest of the prior support, prior resistance. This does not look that bad. Again, very hard to find those key levels to the upside because you're pretty close to price discovery. So this is kind of something, you come onto the 2-day, money flow is coming up into the green here, but you've already been in the green for quite some time, and then you don't have a lot of information here on the higher time frame, so it's a little harder to call. And for that reason, I would probably put, consider it a little bit more risky just because I can't look at as much information as I can on a lot of the other stuff. But quite honestly, you've broken out of this value area. You're starting to build value higher, right? You have your built value down here. You break out. You're starting to build value up here. Doesn't look that bad. Money flow crossover into the green on the daily. Bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong. We'll see if we can get the breakout. It's much harder to read this, in my opinion, just because you don't really have as much information to go off of. But the fact that you're building value higher over time is bullish, in my opinion. And I really don't think we have any. Check the Blowfin chart. Yeah, why'd I type in Blowfin? What the heck? I don't think there's much more. There's not much more information that we can get on here. So, pull it back on MEXC here real quick. Locally, like the next area I would look at, it's going to be local, right? It's not going to be kind of the same thing that we've been looking at as far as the setups that I was just talking about. But, if I were to call some higher prices on this, generally speaking, we are tapping on that doorway to higher prices, which is this value area low here, POC value area high, right? So this doorway to higher prices is going to be sitting at about 68.09, right? However many zeros that is. Break above here, look for a break to the POC in the value area high, which gives you a nice, 55% pump, not too shabby. And then after that, it's pretty much price discovery after that. And who knows, especially with meme coins, these things sometimes like to go absolutely ridiculously ballistic. But if I pull from the high to the low here, pull up some of these extension levels, potentially, once you get above this value area low, move into about 17,726, up to about 26. Like, these would kind of be the next levels I would look at. As far as, and remember these, we will come back to these on another live stream at some point and see if we hit these targets on a breakout. But if you get that breakout, the levels I would look at to the upside probably be target number 1, that zone, target number 2, this zone, right? Very hard to kind of call these with the crazy amount of zeros. But yeah, like once you break that all-time high, like who knows what the heck this thing's going to do, potentially pulling into these areas, these fib extension levels. So there you go. That's kind of the track, or that's kind of like the roadmap that I would be looking at for that. But again, this thing could just be getting started here, right? Like you look at a meme coin, like who knows? Like these meme coins are so hard to call. A lot of them go to zero. But if this thing's going to go absolutely ballistic, you look at like the meme coins that have done absolutely crazy over time, things like Sheeb, things like Pepe. You look at Sheeb back in the early days, it's really hard to call what that thing is going to do when you have like no price history on it, right? At some point, Sheeb basically just looked like this, right? Come on down to the 2-day, right? At one point, the only information you had on Sheeb was this, right? So at this point, it's kind of hard to call what price is going to do. You're like, I don't know. Like, maybe you pull up. Like, maybe you can pull up to these prices. Who knows, right? It's hard to do. But, yeah, I mean, Moo it does get a lot of attention. I actually don't really know a lot about it, but it does get a lot of attention. Market Cipher B looks pretty decent. I mean, even Sheeb here with the 2-day money flow crossover into the green, these don't look that bad. Even if we get a pullback, I mean, this money flow crossover into the green looks pretty good. So, yeah, once these money flow crossovers continue into the green, I would anticipate a continuation up here. But, yeah, let's see, like, even Pepe, just to kind of show you guys, like Pepe very similarly, like this kind of looks like, Moo. You look at this, bada boom. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you look at this, right? You get a break. Like, it's hard to call where that thing's going to go next. So, yeah, we'll see. Moo. I do not have a bag of this, but I may take a bag. I will say this. Like, is this the best time to buy? I mean, daily red dot printing. 90-minute money flow crossover into the red. I think, you might be able to get a little bit more of a pullback here. But, again, I like to look at things in terms of volume profiles. POC value area low. If I were looking to buy into this, I'd probably be looking at the POC value area low. 3763, between about 5076 at the POC. So, if we are going to get a continuation up here, these wouldn't be bad areas, in my opinion, to look for buy the dip scenarios. But again, meme coins are risky, guys. Meme coins are risky. The volume profiles make them a little less risky. We are at the high of the range here, so, maybe able to get a little pullback before a bigger move up. So maybe buy on the way down, but for me, not financial advice. Shout out to Istaphobic, bro. Thank you so much for the super chats, bro. I appreciate you. He said, no, Frank, don't look. It's a gift to you. Hey, shout out to Istaphobic, bro. Istaphobic. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you for all the super chats. That's like our third one today. I appreciate you so much. Shout out to Istaphobic. Let's see. Just out here throwing those dollar bills, Istaphobic. I'm calling you phobic, bro. Can I call you phobic? Let me know. Let's see. Okay, so let me go ahead and check TokenFi for our boy Landon. TokenFi, shout out to Landon, getting that speedy recovery. Let's see, TokenFi, bada boom, bada bing. Check it out on KuCoin. Take a look at the daily. So you do have that kind of 2024 value area set up here on TokenFi, Landon. Let's check it out, bro. And you're at the bottom of the value area, getting a little Pampsky here. Let's get it. 2-day money flow looking pretty decent. 3-day green dot confirmed. 4-day green dot printing. Yo, baby. I mean, short term, right? Short to medium term, I wouldn't hate this. I would not hate this, right? Like, I mean, I would have liked to get into the value area low. I don't know why that stop loss is all the way down there. But yeah, like even short term here for a 36% gain, up to that value area high. You stay above this POC, you could get that move up to the value area high locally for that first kind of range here. I may shout you out in the video tomorrow if I upload it, Landon, for making me take a look at this, because this actually doesn't look like a bad setup, in my opinion. TokenFi not looking too shabby. Let me see here. Bada boom, bada bing. So you do have your upper value area as well, right? So your 2024 upper value area, if you will. Boom, boom, boom. Let's rough out those value area levels. I mean, hey, like this could be like for a long-term play, right? Not a day trade, right? Not a it's going up tomorrow type thing, but I'll take a look at the lower time frames as well. But I mean, long-term here, it's the same setup I've been looking at. I don't know. Maybe we should call this something. The Frankie Candles Bing Bong bull market setup. The lower accumulation, get above that value area, bing bong. That would be kind of like a long term, right? Like even accumulate, boom, right? I don't know if you're going to have all that time to accumulate, to be honest, but that doesn't look too bad in my opinion, right? Because I don't know how much lower you're going to go with this. Like you've built up some nice support here on this prior range. You've already come down. You've broken out of this range. You've come down. You've retested that range as support. And now you look like that money flow in the higher time frames is coming back up. Could see a bigger move here. Yeah, weekly green dot. Check that 10-hour money flow. Oh, baby, this might be the... Ooh, Landon, you might have found it here, bro. Hang on a second. What is this? This is the tethered KuCoin. I'm dropping this in the... Shout out to Landon, bro. Bro, you just adjusted the Frankie Candles live stream for the next few weeks. Because I'm going to keep an eye on this. If I can just, like, I've used TradingView before, guys, I swear. If I could just figure out how to add this to my watch list. I don't know why I just got lost there. Not Landon. Oh, my God, guys. I think it's time to end the stream here. Brain power gone. We're just doing too much fire TA here. It's just frying the brain. You got to space out your TA, guys. Otherwise, you will cook yourself. TokenFi. I'm going to pull this up, and I'm adding this to the watch list, bro. We're calling this Landon-Fi from now on. Because, bro, this actually doesn't look too bad because we actually have a yeah, this does not look bad. I'm keeping an eye on this. Oh, yeah, I'm keeping an eye on this, bro. Shout out to Landon, bro. Let's go. So, yeah, that's what I would look for. I mean, that's a potential, 211% gain up to the 2024 highs. And then who knows? You break that all-time high. TokenFi, again, I don't know too much about this, but chart-wise, it doesn't look like a horrible setup. These are some things that look pretty decent in my opinion. So there you go. We're keeping TokenFi on the watch list. I'm going to reorganize this tonight. So there you go. Let's take a look at CSwap. I do own a bunch of CSwap, guys. So I'll be honest. I don't actually think I have the best entry into CSwap. Yeah, like I was entering here. I think I even entered a little bit out here, and then we just dumped back down. Ooh, God, CSwap back down at the value area low. It's not the best thing, right? It's not the best, the fact that we're all the way back down here, but pulling up the higher time frames, like money flow coming up, 2-day green dot. I mean, I don't know, like you might be due for a short-term bounce here, in my opinion. 2-day green dot about to print. Yeah, 2-day green dot about to print here. Not about to print, but it's looking to print. But your money flow trending in the right direction here on ChainSwap. Let's check the daily. Yeah, daily kind of bing-bonging around. Don't love that. Don't love that. Let me get the... let's check this golden POC. Yeah, we lost that. There you go. Lost that fib. Yikes. But high time frame here. Let's pull this super macro Lambo fib. That's not gonna work. I'm not gonna lie. There's not. I mean, you got a monthly here. You got the macro value or the local value area low. You got your monthly level of horizontal support. If you guys want to know how I find these, watch the video on beginner series video coming up here. You want to reclaim this monthly. You don't want to bearishly retest, and if you lose this monthly, I don't know if that's going to be looking good for CSwap. Money flow back in the red on the daily. Another red dot looking to print on the daily. 16-hour red dot printing with your 1 hour. Oh, God, man. Yeah, this actually. Yeah, money flow coming out on the 1 hour with your fresh 16-hour red dot printing. That red dot printing here with that 1 hour money flow crossover, sometimes when these happen at the same time, a.k.a., potentially happening soon, is sometimes gives you a bigger move to the downside here. I don't really love this for an I like that you're at support, but Market Cipher B is not being very confluent for a big move up. Like, really what you want to see here is bull divs with money flow coming up, and that is just not what we are seeing here. Maybe you get another push down. You get a 4-hour bull div before the move up, something like that, but I don't really like this. You are at support, though. Not necessarily where I would be getting instantly. I don't know. This is hard to call. We'll see. I mean, this thing is absolutely destroyed. I don't know how much lower you're going to go here. I mean, really, you can only go down so far before things just worthless. But, yeah, you really want to hold above this value area low. 0.2177 is an absolute key level of support. You hold above this, look to come back through the range. You do still kind of have that same setup where you have your lower accumulation for a potential breakout into your macro value area. This is your doorway to higher prices at about 5, almost 6 cents. Get above that. That would call for a bigger move up. Hopefully we can see this thing come back to life for a potential, 480% gain all the way up to that 2024 high. And then potentially into new all-time highs if we could see CSwap pull that off. But again, not everything comes back. But, this thing's absolutely destroyed. So we'll have to see what happens. I don't even remember where I entered in on this. I must be crushed on this, to be honest, because I know I didn't buy the bottom. I did buy in here at some point, but I think I also did buy a little bit higher as well. So, yeah, I don't get perfect entries on everything, guys. Keep that in mind. But, yeah, 2-day money flow, like not looking as beautiful as a lot of other things, but not looking bad either, right? Like money flow is starting to come up here. So long term, that's your key level, value area low. Again, 0.022160. Shout out to Harris Jawed. Shout out to you, bro. I don't know 100% how to pronounce that, but shout out to you, man. He said, thoughts on Jasmy. We could try to take a look at Jasmy. Thank you for the super chat, bro. I will try to take a look at Jasmy. If we can't get to all the altcoins, guys, we will take a look at them tomorrow and maybe even an altcoin update if I upload it tomorrow. Hopefully I have time. But yeah. And then also, shout out to Flame, said, hey, bro, urgent help required. I'm short on Ape entry 129. Need analysis. Missed my stop loss and liquidation is 156. I am stuck. Need expert opinion. Should I close or wait? Shout out to Flame. Oh, God, man. I'll take a quick look at Ape for you. I can't tell you what to do here with your trade, bro, but I will try to give you some analysis that could hopefully help you. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. So let's see here. Entry at 129.38. 129.38. 129.38. Let's come out of a lower time frame. 129. Yikes. 129.38. All right. Shout out. Shout out to Flame. Let me know what your thought process was on this short entry, and I could try to help you in the future. I don't know if this is the case. 129.38. So about this is your entry. This does look like this may have been, and let me know, and be honest, Flame. If it is, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Everybody makes mistakes, and you have to be able to understand you're making a mistake in order to fix it. But let me know. This does look like a potential FOMO short. Now, I don't know that. Maybe we're looking at a lower time frame, looking to short a retest here, maybe on the 1 minute, a low time frame. I don't know. But at first glance, this looks like a FOMO short entry in my opinion. But let me know what it was. What was the thought process here? And I will tell you, yikes. Let's take a look here. You do have a 2-hour green dot printing here. Let's see. I guess we could just do a little ape coin analysis here real quick. Bada boom. All right, well, you are getting a little bit of a test. You got the POC, you got your value area high, you got your value area low. Okay, so let's take a look here. So you came on down. Yeah, you're back above that POC and value area high. I will tell you this. We can take. Hey, shout out to Chad. We can take a look at Doge. But let's see here. This is a little bit rough. This is hard. This is a tough one. Let's see. 15-minute money flow coming up. 4-hour and 3-hour green dots looking to print. So honestly, the 3 and 4-hour looks like we might want to go ahead and print trigger waves here for another push up to potentially then put in a bearish divergence. Now, again, Flame, I can't tell you whether to enter or exit, or I can't tell you what to do with your trade. I can only tell you what I see on the charts here. Just because I see this on the chart does not mean that you can't dump from here. So keep that in mind. You got to make those decisions based off your own plan, right? But, if we start printing that 3-hour, 4-hour green dot and that 15-minute money flow continues into the green here, I think maybe you get a little bit more of a bing bong around here, but I don't know. Money flow coming up on these lower time frames. Shout out to Market Cypher. I would be careful. Here. Because you get the 2-hour green dot to confirm, 30-minute money, 15-minute money flow coming up. Could continue up here. It's a little bit hard to say. But, I don't know. This is, because honestly, you look at the 15-minute, to be quite honest, like, it looks like you could get another drop to put in a bull div. So the question is, what do you get first? I think you will know by the time this 15-minute red dot prints. Depending, if that 15-minute red dot doesn't give you much, I would think that you may be more likely to get the push to the upside. But yeah, if you don't really start dumping from here, me personally, I would be, said, can you please, give me some, save side stop loss. Shout out to Flame. I don't know 100% what you mean by that. But yeah, I mean, I would say, Yeah, your goal here, in my opinion, would be to get back below. Your opinion. My opinion would be your goal would be to get, really back below this POC at $1.30. You get back below that $1.30 level. I think that's where you could potentially get the opportunity to come back down. But you are hitting some support here. I would be a little bit, especially with the 2-hour green dot, 4-hour green dot. I would be. Yeah, money flow coming up. Hard to call. But I can't make that decision for you, bro. But yeah, I would say 15-minute red dot. Once you get that 15-minute red dot, you'd probably get a better idea of what is going to go on here. You start losing that POC, that's probably your opportunity to just get out. I would not be like, if you get back down here, even if it goes down, like I would be looking to just get out at break even in my own personal plan. But yeah, very hard to, even if, you're hitting that. Right now, if you don't reject off that 15-minute green dot or 15-minute red dot, I would be worried. Because you break this golden pocket, you're probably coming up to that 786 at $1.38. And then once you break that $1.38 zone, that's probably where I would think the continuation up would happen, especially with that money flow coming up. But anything can happen. Remember that, Flame. Remember, protect yourself at all times. He said, I'm stuck and I don't want to be liquidated. Which point should I have my stop loss? I'm very worried. As you know, I have very limited funds. Shout out to Flame. Yeah, I would probably say if you don't reject here, you might wick above this level. But if you break this level decisively, that's probably going to be a push up to some higher prices. But hopefully you can get some kind of a pullback here. Even if you get out of for me, I would even if I were really, really down, I would look to get out at a small loss there. But yeah, once you break that local fib, I would think the continuation up would happen. But yeah, shout out to Flame, man. I hope that helps out, bro. But yeah, hard to say. That's a hard position to be in. If anything, I would take this as a learning lesson, to make sure you do not get stuck without a stop loss. Cause this is it's not a fun situation to be in. Trust me, bro. I've been in it before. But yeah, that money flow coming up on the bullish case is that 15-minute money flow crossover into the green with that 4-hour green dot printing. If you do wind up getting it. So yeah, especially Altcoin, very volatile right now. Very volatile. This is why I always say, it's probably better, especially for new traders, to stick to one asset. Stick to something like Bitcoin, right? The altcoins are extremely volatile. And if you're leverage trading, you don't need the extra percentage gain on an altcoin if you're using leverage, right? You're using that leverage to crank up those moves alone, right? You don't need that altcoin, percentage gain assistance when you can use leverage. So, and then if Bitcoin dumps, right, a lot of the altcoins follow. It's just less volatile than a lot of the altcoins. So, hopefully that helps you out, brother. Hopefully that helps you out. It's a bad situation to be in. I feel for you, bro. 320 likes, bruh. Shout out to Gen Z, guys. Smash up that like button. 322 likes. Smash it. Smash it. Smash it. 500. We're going for 600 likes, guys. We're up in the like goal. It's 650 likes is what we're going for. We got to get at least 3/4 of the way there. Smash that like button, guys. Let's see. Okay, so with all that being said, guys, I do want to cover one more thing. I do want to cover total 3, right? Which, as you guys know, we need total 3 to go up if we are going to see the altcoins start to run here. So we need to, a 2-day money flow crossover to the green is not too shabby. And we could even take a look at, let me check others as well. Others as well, right? So here on others. Shout out to Multi-Sig Dummy. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He says they don't get more genuine than Frankie. Hey, shout out to Multi-Sig Dummy. I appreciate you, bro. OG of the CandleMafia. I appreciate the super chat, bro, and I appreciate the kind words. I just think it's more exhausting to not be genuine. Faking it is just so exhausting, right? If you guys, anyone who's ever met me in real life at a Bitcoin conference or something, could probably attest to this is what you get. Frankie Candles in real life is Frankie Candles on camera. I don't really, obviously, I don't scream talk like I do on stream in person. I mean, I do sometimes. I don't, life's too short to try to pretend you're something you're not. So shout out to Multi-Sig Dummy. Be genuine out there, guys. Let's see. Okay, so on others, guys, again, kind of a similar setup here, right? When everything points in the same direction, guys, it's probably something you want to pay attention to. We got that range up here. We got our accumulation down here. And again, I know this is, this is others, right? So you're not like accumulating others specifically, but this is like your accumulation of the altcoins. If we're going to see this thing run, look at the last time we got that 2-day money flow crossover into the green. Massive move up into 2024. Boom, big move up. 2-day money flow crossover. Are we going to get another big move up? I hope so. But it's kind of the same setup, right? You have your value area up here, value area down here. Break up, look for the move through for the big move through that value area, right? So all this stuff looks like this. ETH, the altcoin market leader, looks like this. Others looks like this. Total 3 also looks like this, right? It's not as clean, right? But it does look like this, right? This is all part of the same setup. And in my opinion, once you break above this POC here, right? Very similar to Total 3 here, right? In the grand scheme of things, did almost the same thing that Bitcoin did, right? Bitcoin, right? Or Total 3, this is the 2021 range, right? We get the big bear market into the accumulation. We get the breakout, hit your head on the value area low, flip it, we go for the POC. We came back down to test the value area low. Now the goal is to get above that POC into the value area high. That is what you're looking at right there. So that is very, very not looking too bad, to be quite honest. But you flip that POC, we could potentially get that move up to the high. And, Total 3 never got up to that value area high like Bitcoin did, right? Up to that value area high. And we got the break of that value area, unlike ETH did, right? ETH did not get a break of that value area high. ETH is just still chilling down here, right? We got the accumulation, right? Kind of the same idea here. Accumulation, here's your other range. You get the break up in here, but we never really got out of there, right? So the altcoins don't look too bad right now, guys, and I just wanted to cover that kind of specific setup with you guys just to kind of show you guys what I'm looking at. And again, I will try to drop an altcoin market update tomorrow, kind of going over some more altcoins that have these setups and a little bit more specific on the levels as far as like where you could potentially accumulate, where I'll be looking to buy, what actual altcoins I am buying, because I'm not buying into all of these. There are certain ones that I'm favoring. So yeah, I will drop one of those videos hopefully tomorrow. Let's see, bada boom, bada bing. But yeah, if we did not get to your altcoins today, guys, we will try to take a look at them tomorrow. And again, I'll try to cover some of them on the altcoin update. Again, if I'm able to update that or upload that tomorrow. But I got to get out of here right now, guys. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and sticking around till the end of the stream here, guys. I will see you tomorrow, same place, same time. Keep an eye on those setups on these altcoins, guys, and I will keep you guys updated along every single step of the way. Let's see. Shout out to Gen Z. Shout out to Jay Jeweler. Shout out to Nikki94. Boo, good to see you dropping those wine glasses. That vino in the chat. Shout out to Nirvana. Shout out to Jesse. Shout out to Gen Z. Shout out to Crypto. Naughty. Lasers in the chat. What is going on, bro? Wick589, Wick's wife. JD. And last but not least, Jesse and Enzo Mining. With all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got. Shout out to Flame. Hopefully, good luck with that. Good luck with the ApeCoin trade, bro. I'm praying for you. I'll pray to the crypto gods for you, Flame. But have a great night, guys. I will see you tomorrow right here, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the f is it? They should have had them 2 bells ready. Space shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working, I'm up till like midnight. Just it's real life. I got the time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
How much you guys do for kidneys? Okay. Can you guys do any more? So if I refer, will I get like a referral if I refer a friend and they're, yeah. So if I can get 10 kidneys, I get like a kickback. So if I get a few friends to donate some kidneys, I can get the kickback. Okay. All right, I'll be in touch. I will definitely be in touch. Thank you so much. All right, bye-bye. Still sore from... Oh, God. Guys, I'm not selling my kidneys, guys. I am kind of sore from that last surgery, guys. We got to buy up these altcoins. I'm just kidding. But real quick, guys, I do want to take a quick look at Mina. I don't know how to say it, guys. But what I will be talking about here is we got those 2021 highs, just like I was looking at. Very similar setup here. And, if we see the big move, I will say this. If and when, guys, and I'm not trying to put a time frame on this. I'm not trying to say it's going to moon right now. But I will say this. Just like Bitcoin, you have the 2021 range, the macro golden pocket. For this, it is sitting at $4.22. Just like the Bitcoin golden pocket POC value area high was sitting between 48 to 50K. Break the value area low. Next likely place to go for price to go is that POC and then the value area high with that golden pocket confluence. Same thing here on Mina. If you get that move, flip that value area low, look for the price to go to that golden pocket, value area high, 786 level. Same kind of confluence here. But you also, on Mina, I don't know how to, guys, how do you say it? How do you say it? Let me know in the chat. How do you say it? Mina. I don't even know. Shout out to Rob said, I hope he knows. I hope he knows that he needs at least one. Shout out to Rob. Oh God, yeah. I guess the altcoin gains are no good if you don't have any kidneys. You're just dead. But yeah, shout out to Rob. But yeah, here we are. Pulling this local range up here from 2024, guys. I will say you kind of have two local ranges here. These are kind of like the two next areas I would expect price to go if you get that move up on Mina. Let me know how you say it in the chat, guys. Is it M-E-E-N-A or is it M-I-N-A? Mina or Mina? Let me know. But yeah, in the grand scheme of things, grand accumulation, bigger range to the upside. But locally, I mean, you kind of have one little mini range up here between about 78 cents and 87 cents. And then up here between about 111 and about 140, right? And then I guess if I tried to pull this whole thing here, I don't like that. So yeah, that's kind of what I would look for. 2-day money flow in the green here, right? So maybe get a little bit more, maybe get a little bit more bing bonging around, but that money flow crossover into the green would make you expect higher lows and higher highs on your price action. So that's what I would be looking for, guys, for Mina, and those are the key levels. I'll mark these out with horizontal lines so you can kind of get an idea of where these levels are. Bada boom, bada bing. Pause it. Get those ranges, guys. Get those ranges. So there you go. Smash that like button, guys. Those are the levels I'm looking at on Mina. Other than that, Market Cipher B looking very similar to a lot of the other things. Money flow looking like it's going in the right direction. Even if we bing bong around a little bit more, we got to be close to getting those money flow crossovers and the bigger moves to the upside, especially if we see October happen. But be careful, as Bitcoin still looks like it might want to pull back in the short term. So with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. Smash that like button for the love of God on your way out. We're at 367. We got like 2 likes since we pushed it the last time. 550, guys. I'll give away $1 bazillion. No, I'm kidding. We'll give away, I don't know. We'll give away something good for 550 likes. $100 in one of these altcoins on Friday's live stream for 550 likes. That's all I got. I almost ate the microphone. Asta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it